Okay, gentlemen, we are moving on to turn number 2. As you can see the playing card there in the front. I've tried to change the camera angle so that my furniture doesn't distract you and so that you can see the battlefield, maybe get a better perspective. I had considered ginning up a 1.5 centimeter ruler and decided against that. I think I would add even more confusion to the mix. I have begun my recording here so that I can have a sync between the Kodak camera that I'm using, which is ancient, as well as my iPhone. I'm using a set of software called Shotcut. I definitely recommend it. It is much better than the iMovie stuff that comes by default, and it can do things like sync up multiple audio tracks for those of you that are interested in open source software and picture-in-picture and all kinds of other stuff that I'm learning to use. Okay, without much further ado, let me switch over here now to Discord so that I can get the orders. I think it was the blue team that came in with orders first. Let's see. Yes, the blue team definitely gave me orders first, and they're fairly straightforward. Okay. Skirmishers east of the river. That's these guys. Advance 12 inches. So they are in column formation, but as skirmishers, they can shoot 360 degrees around is the rule that we're going to go with. So these guys move. And I'm not doing any half moves at this point because I don't think we have anybody in range to shoot anything. Wow, this is really finicky. I'm going to speed up next. Okay, next one. Get back in train there, buddy. All right. Next, heavy foot advances 9 inches south. Heavy foot, pikemen advancing 9 inches to the south. Arquebusiers advance 9 inches, keeping the east flank on the river. So these guys are kind of moving at the oblique right now, 9 inches, keeping their east flank on the river. So let's move these guys up. Arquebusiers, 9 inches, keeping the east flank on the river. Come on now. 9 is going to be about here, and scoot them back over. Okay, and dress that up. Heavy foot 9, we'll wait on the heavy foot here. Heavy crossbowmen advance on the oblique 6 inches south and 6 inches west. South and west. I think I understand it now because I am not that dense. They got me a better picture and everything. So 6 inches on the oblique. Give me some space here, ruler. So essentially what's happening is these guys are coming out from behind the cover of the arquebusiers. I had misunderstood their intent last turn, but I'm getting better at it. So that's these guys. Now we can do the 9 inches for these guys without too much trouble. So 9 inches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the heavy foot pikemen. Advance south. So skirmishers east of the river, done. Heavy foot, done. Arquebusiers, yes. Heavy crossbowmen, yes. Western skirmishers, advance 12. Let's see. Western skirmishers advance 12 south on oblique and 3 inches east. Well, I'm going to subtract a quarter off of their move. Yeah, it's poorly trained troops and horse troops that I have to worry about here, right? Let's go to the formation here. Oblique. Double all penalties for poorly trained troops and half for Lance Connect and horse. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So a quarter off of their move, that's going to leave 9 inches of move. So if they're going 3 inches over and 9 inches forward. So since it doesn't say anything about 2 different blocks of Western skirmishers, I'm going to say that applies to both these blocks. So first, let's move these guys 3 inches over. And second, advance these guys 9 inches. Essentially, they're moving on the oblique, but I want to honor that 3-inch statement. Okay, so I'll be dressed up with that guy. Same thing, these guys cannot really go 3 inches over. Well, yeah, they can. That will take them right to the table edge. So these guys go over 3 inches and up 9. May not have been your intent, but it does say Western skirmishers. So I apologize if I have misread your intent here entirely, but it looks like you are covering the extreme edge of the battlefield. Okay. Dress the, oh, come on now. Come on. Dress these guys up in line. And move these guys forward. Come on now. Oh, fine. Move you guys first. You guys second. And then I've got an all other order. All other blue forces are going to advance 6 inches south. Okay. And I told them this was very clear, but now that I'm looking at it, you know, things can always be more clear, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if these guys start at 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll dress that up in a minute here. And same thing for these guys. Oh, they're going to be on line, so just use that. Okay, we'll tidy this up here in a minute. Let's get these guys up 6 for the guns. Advancing 6. Oh, good grief. Well, let's measure these and then it'll all fall into place. I am ill-treating your gun crews. I guess I don't prefer the cannon cockers that much. And these guys can move up. Yeah, so I think I mismeasured this. So I'm going to move these up, dress it up. And yeah, let's go ahead and get the fatigue markers done for these guys as well. Fatigue markers. So fatigue, 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 fatigue. Actually, I should say it's weariness because weariness brings on fatigue. So this is markers of weariness. I guess if we want to be really technical and pedantic about things, as we like to be. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's everything for red. We'll tidy this up here. So arquebuses, heavy crossbowmen. I'll tidy it up for the final picture. I don't want to stop rolling. Let's move now to the red orders, which I just got in my hot little hands. Okay, so red skirmishers, all move north, full move. These guys are not like your skirmishers. They can't move 12, but they're only going directly north. They're not doing any obliques. So pretty straightforward. 9 inches. And we'll move this one across 9 inches. And then we'll just lay this in. Keep the spacing out 3 inches. And 1, 2, 3. Pretty close, pretty close, pretty close. Skirmishers. Same thing here, 9 inches. On this side, 9 inches is going to be about here. And then we'll just lay this across here and move these up. So this should be about here. And this should come forward about here. This should come forward about here. Move the fatigue markers up. We'll add more later. Okay, skirmishers. All move north, full move. 5 and 4, yes, done. Let's see, arquebusiers all move north. I'm assuming same thing here, full movement. Now these guys can move 12. So I'm going to move them 12. I said I'd get a new movement tray and I didn't, did I? Looks like about there. Okay. Right. Close enough, close enough, close enough. Why am I tidying now? I said I was not going to tidy until later. Pay attention to what you're doing, Rod. Pay attention. 12 inches. So move this out of the way. 12. It's going to be about here. So about there. Yeah, surprisingly, on line with these guys. No surprise. Well, almost on line. What can you do? It's not an exact science. Put these guys on their movement tray in just a sec here. So that's going to be the arquebusiers. Medium horse on the east of the river are deploying. All right, medium horse on the east of the river, and I had further instructions about that they are not to go past the bend here so they don't have to angle. So my best bet is in medium horse. Let's double check our movement table here. Medium horse, 18. So they'll be on the table 18. About, let's do it this way. Looks to be about here. So 30 minus 18 would be 12. Right? Right. What the blue team spies is the medium horse coming onto the field east of the river. These medium horse appear to have a banner of some kind, as they are led by a hero with a so far incompletely colored flag. How did I manage to do that? Looks to be that set of orders. Heavy foot come onto the board behind the eastern skirmishers. So west is toward the camera. East is over here, so heavy foot is going to be, I'm going to assume, centered behind these skirmishers and are now on the board. And let me make sure they can deploy that far. Heavy foot should be a 9, I think. 9, heavy foot, 9. So let's double check how far they came on board. Come on now. Well, use this side, use the correct side of the ruler. So this is about the table edge. The problem is I've got a table edge and then I've got this lip from this cover that goes over the wood. So I'm going to split the difference here. That's almost a centimeter difference. That could screw things up if I don't watch it. I think they're going to be about here. 21. 21 plus 9 is 30. Yes. These guys do not have a banner, but they're a fairly substantial force. And then I have other orders about firing if something comes into range, but as stated before, nobody seems to be in range of anything yet. Okay, so I'm going to apply fatigue to all the units that moved, including the 2 that deployed. The armored foot, I have no orders to move them, nor did I have orders to move the cannon. So these have no fatigue right now, and these are going to remove their fatigue marker. And then I'll add the fatigue markers for everybody, and then I'll dress this stuff up. I guess I can stop the video at this point, if you trust me to at least be that competent.